Welcome to the Big O 2019 right here in Eugene, Oregon. I'm Bobby Narco. I'm joined by Johnny Pepper.
Hi, everybody. Johnny.
Got a great matchup for you between Los Anarchists out of Los Angeles, California, and Pile of Bones Junior Derby out of Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. Anarchists are going to be skating in gold and black, and the Pile of Bones are going to be skating in purple and white. Johnny Pepper, why don't you take us through the Pile of Bones roster?
Pile of Bones roster is represented by 013. That is Nutcase Nadia. Number 171, Rolling Stowe. Number 222, Sarah Seidel. Number 40, Depressor. Number 4040, Stow and Go. Number 406, T-Bomb. Number 442, Sriracha Sauce. Number 5151, Houdini. Number 56, Mac Daddy. Number 65, Deja Vu, who's also the captain. Number 700, that's Young Offenda. Number 8, Kryptonite. Number 826, that's a Roadrunner. Number 901, Crashity Jade. And 911, that is Killer Ella. They're coached by Bad Brad and Coach Insanity.
All right, and for Los Anarchists skating in the gold and black, number 05 is Ginger Snapper. Number 100 is Monster. Number 1024, Little Devil Rosie. Number 117, Rainbow Smash. Number 1230 is Sami Slam. Number 178 is Frightening Lightning. Number 23 is Trick Z. Number 362, Twiggy Marley. Number 4, Cherry Kiss. Cherry Kiss. Number 42, Mount Crushmore. Number 44, Mini Maniac. Number 52, Squash Bob Skate Pants. Number 710, Brazilian Smacks. Number 915, Electro Shock. And the captain, number 79, Little Regulator. Coaches are wearing the A, Quadfather, joined by Master Charger, Regulator, and Just Matt.
Well, it looks like we are out of time and almost time for the Derby. We want to welcome all you people that are tuned in watching us on WFTDA.tv. What's going on here, Bobby?
Well, you got number 56 on the line for the purple team. That is Mac Daddy going up against number 42 on the gold team. That is Mount Crushmore. Lead is still open.
LA in gold, Canada in purple.
Los Angeles comes in the number 3 seed, and Pile of Bones is the number 8 seed, moved up 2 spots in the last rankings. First league jam has been awarded. That goes to number 42, Mount Crushmore. Only a few strides behind, however, is the Canadian jammer
Mac Daddy.
Mac Daddy. Jam is called up, 1 point, first blood to Los Anarchists.
Coming up next for Team Canada are the Pile of Bones Misdemeanors. That's going to be Sarah Seidel. She wanted to say hi to her mom, Kelly, out there in the stands.
All right.
And Monster.
Okay. Getting used to my score sheet here.
Los Anarchists out of L.A. Both jammers up on their toe stop, trying to get through the pack.
First penalty of the game. Looks like an illegal position call, sending a Los Angeles skater to the penalty box. That's number 52, Squash Bob Skate Pants.
It's a flurry of action over there in turn 1.5.
Jammers are Sarah Seidel and Monster. Lead jam, second time in a row, goes to L.A.
LA, of course, ranked the number 3rd, going up against the number 8 ranking of the Pile of Bones.
Initial pass completed for Pile of Bones. No pack call. Failure to reform. Going to send one of the Los Anarchists blockers to the penalty box right before the game is before the jam is called. 4 points on the board. 4 more points on the board for LA. Highest jam of the game makes the score 5-0.
Frightening Lightning is going to be wearing the star for LA. And for Pile of Bones, that is going to be Mac Daddy. Mac Daddy, of course, one of 3 triplets on this team. The others being Deja Vu, the captain, and Kryptonite, the other of the 3 sisters.
First lead gem of the game for Canada. For Regina. Forward with a pile of bones. Picked up by Mac Daddy.
We can say Canada, can't we?
I don't know. Didn't we get an email saying
yes,
they're
representing the whole of Canada.
Track cut is your first, sends a block into the penalty. First penalty in the pack for Regina.
Mac Daddy on a scoring pass as we speak. Doing a little spin around.
Nice block at the top of the pack. Doesn't force her out, though. 4 more points. We have a lead change here in jam number 3. And this is the highest jam of the game.
If you're playing at home, it's time to hydrate. Of course, we do hydrate after every lead change. It's important to stay hydrated. Mac Daddy out on another scoring pass.
So the LA Jammer finally escapes the pack, and that's going to force the call off, but not before a dozen points put on the board by the pile of bones. Look at those Demeanors go.
Absolutely. That's exactly what they needed to do. Sarah Seidel on the Eugene Weekly Jam line going up against, can't really see that number.
Yeah,
from
bet
here.
way down low. Ends in a 4. I can tell you that right now. Maybe 44, Mini Maniac. We'll see.
It is Mini Maniac
It's time for me.
on the Eugene Weekly Jam line.
So it looks like Regina doing a 2-jammer rotation. Both jammers have gone twice, and Los Anarchists have yet to repeat a jammer. Lead jam goes back to LA. They are 3 out of 4.
Mini Maniac. Quick work around that track on that initial.
Illegal position called, sending a LA blocker to the penalty box. Another penalty coming in. High block, sending another Los Angeles skater to the penalty box. Distinct pack advantage now going to Regina.
They hit this penalty box, I might add.
Indeed, yes. The refs are saying hit this penalty box before you hit the track again. Lead jam awarded yet? No. Oh, lead jam has gone to LA. Right. That's just Regina getting out of the penalty box. I mean, out of the pack, completing the initial. 3 more points on the board for Los Angeles makes it a 12-8 game.
And then jam gets called off. Quick shout out to our medics, Bacon Stripper and Seth. We couldn't do this without you. Our medics are always keeping us in line. Up next on the Eugene Weekly Jam line, we got 51-51. That is Houdini going up against 44, which is Mini Maniac.
So Mini Maniac doing back-to-back jams. First appearance on the jammer line for Houdini. Breaking up that 2-jammer rotation employed in the first 4 jams.
Had so much fun in the previous jam, wanted to stay out there for another.
There you go. Houdini's 1 for 1. Pulls a little trick there.
Houdini out of her initial coming in, gets knocked to the inside.
Go ahead and re-engage, though, because that LA jammer is coming all the way back to the back of the pack on her initial pass.
Houdini tried to step through on the inside, but couldn't quite make it. Got knocked out, recycled back to the back.
Now that initial pass is complete, and the jam is called. Let's tally those points. 4 more points. So brings Pile of Bones up to 16.
Remember, if you're playing around at home and you want to send us something, use the hashtag BigO2019 in all your tournament posts this weekend. For all you folks that are tech savvy. Up next on the Eugene Weekly Jam line, that is 56. Mac Daddy.
Yeah, Mac Daddy going up against Little Devil Rosie. Little Devil Rosie's first appearance on the jammer line. Forearm penalty coming in. Who's leaving? It's the jammer, power jam. First jammer penalty we've seen, and a power jam for Los Anarchists. See if they can capitalize. And they do pick up lead.
Pile of Bones losing another blocker to the hit this penalty box. As Little Devil Rosie goes around and picks up 4 more points on that scoring pass.
1 more scoring pass, we'll have a tie game.
2 more scoring pass, we'll have a lead change.
There you go. There's the first. All tied up at a dozen apiece. At 16 apiece. Penalty coming in. Failure to reform called on the Los Anarchists pivot. Nice job by the Los Anarchists pack at the back of the pack, forcing the jammer out, foiling that lead change pass.
Little Devil Rosie picking up 4 more. That makes that a lead change.
Yep, but points coming in for Los Anarchists as well. Both jammers putting points on the board. Got a low block. Low block coming in. It's up 0-5. Ginger Snapper on the low block. So we're having multiple lead changes within the jam. Every time the jammers cut through the pack, it ties and lead changes, ties and lead changes. Let's get the final tallies.
Well, that's what you expect between these two teams that are so closely ranked.
16 points on the board for Los Anarchists. That's the highest jam of the game by far, bringing them up to 24, tripling their score.
Cherry Kiss going to be the jammer record for the Los Anarchists.
So like no points were put on the board for Regina. So when I said both jammers were scoring, I was clearly mistaken. Take us again who those jammers are.
Sarah Seidel wearing the star for the Pile of Bones on the Eugene Weekly Jam line.
And number 222. Oh, that is Sarah Seidel. And they're going up against number 4, Cherry Kiss. All right, we've got them. Back to the judges.
Yes, we do.
My first time here in Eugene, Oregon at the Big O.
This is the beautiful Lane Event Center. Isn't this an awesome building?
It is indeed. Lead jam now just picked up by Pile of Bones. Sarah Seidel, you're a lead jammer.
And I don't know if you've experienced any of that Emerald City hospitality yet, but they are really here for us all weekend.
I have indeed already at the announcers meeting. There was a fantastic spread for the volunteers. And I'm looking forward to more of it. They're taking good care of us here in Eugene. Much love to Emerald City. Jam is called off just as Los Anarchists were about to approach the pack. Pile of Bones picks up 3. Bringing them to 19, makes the score 24-19.
Little less than 20 minutes left in this first frame. Stow and Go going to be the jammer record for the Pile of Bones, and it looks like number 23. That's Trixie wearing the hat for the Los Anarchists. I believe this is Trixie's first time to wear the star in this game.
It is indeed Trixie's first appearance on the jammer line.
The Eugene Weekly jammer line. But Pile of Bones gets out front and is awarded lead.
It is also Stow and Go's first appearance on the jammer line. So a couple of new jammers out there. Direction of play penalty coming in. Sends a Pile of Bones blocker to the penalty box.
Fun fact about the Pile of Bones.
Say it.
The town was founded on a pile of bison bones.
Pile of bison bones.
Isn't that weird?
It was, the city was built on the hunting of bison. And so they kind of figuratively say the city was built on a pile of bones.
So now you know.
Great yeoman-like work at the top of the pack by number 901, Crashity Jade, putting on a blocking clinic, letting her jammer try and battle through that brace 2-wall at the back of the pack, but also a great job by that brace 2-wall. 3 points picked up by Pile of Bones, bringing them up to 22. And no points put on the board by Los Angeles. That's 2 jams in a row. They've been held scoreless. They're sitting on 24. 2-point game.
Monster's going to be the jammer for LA. That is Mac Daddy, the jammer record for Pile of Bones. From Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada.
So even as the score is 24-22 through 8 jams, each team has had lead 4 times. Leads goes this time to, no, it's a track cut.
Yeah, you can't cut the track. You can get out front first, but you can't cut the track.
First jammer penalty for the Anarchists, for Los Anarchists.
That's
a play penalty coming in, pivot heading to the hit it penalty box.
Power jam for Mac Daddy, who earns lead jammer status.
Another Los Anarchist blocker heading to the penalty box on a forearm, so a micro pack. Oh, but a track cut. We're going to have our first 2-minute jam of the game as the Pile of Bones jammer Mac Daddy sent to the penalty box to the hit it penalty box for a track cut.
Monster's going to release from the hit this penalty box, going out on a power jam situation.
So the Anarchists come in number 3. I know we've said that a couple times, but they're only in their 2nd year of existence. Last year, in their very first year as a JRDA league, they won the bronze medal.
Isn't that amazing? I think you called that game, did you not?
I did. I had the pleasure of calling that game in beautiful Feasterville, Pennsylvania. All right, initial pass now complete. Well, no, that's not an initial. I don't know. It is the initial. Initial pass completed by Los Anarchists.
Yeah, because Mac Daddy earned lead jammer status and then did a crack track and went to the hit this penalty box and then was released.
So there's the scoring pass for Monster. 4 points for Monster. "14 seconds left. Mac Daddy's looking a little winded. Come on, Mac Daddy, put some legs into it. You got this. There it is. Nice move around the pivot at the back of the pack, entering that wall. Top of the pack, 4 more points picked up by Los Anarchists. So extends the lead. And our first stoppage of play will be a timeout by Regina.
I'm looking at that. I'm seeing a O. Is that an official review?
Oh, let's look at the jam timer. Yes, it is indeed an official review.
It is an official review, and that's going to remind me to tell y'all about our officials, who are consisting of Ninja, Coca-Cola, Elemental,
yes,
Piratical, Spike, Karen Duncan, Ringer, Doesn't Matter, Heads Will Roll, Toad, Wisps Herder, Heads Will Roll, Masquerade, Gorham Browncoat, Sister Violent, Snapdragon, Queen of Catitude, Snark Meanies, and Switzerland. Those are the officials doing the official business of this game, which featuring these 2 top-ranked JRDA skaters.
Yeah. Fantastic squad of officials. Great to be out here in beautiful Eugene, Oregon.
Also want to give a quick shout-out to Rydell. Experience the game-changing Solaris, the performance you demand and the comfort you've been missing. For more information, go to rydell.com. Also, we've talked about the Hit This penalty box. Let's talk about Hit This. Skater-owned, skating-operated, the best skate shop in the whole wide world. For more information, go to hitthis.com. Also want to talk about Chicks and Bowls. Chicks and Bowls is online. Visit cibcrew.com and use the sale code BIGOYEAH for 10% off hardware such as slide blocks and wheels, active until the end of the Big O weekend. You could save 10% and go drop in some bowls this weekend.
How about that?
That's a good deal.
They're actually here in the venue this weekend as
Absolutely. I just talked with Lady Trample and her lovely assistant, who is very, very pregnant right now. I was able to purchase a patch for the pepper vest.
Got some lovely merchandise available there at Chicks and Bowls.
Los Anarchists are doing burpees on the Eugene Weekly Jam line.
We're not tired. We're doing burpees.
And I want to thank all you fans that are tuning in to WFTDA.TV at the Big O this weekend at the beautiful Lane Event Center. We thank you so much for your patronage of roller derby. Tell 2 friends. Get them involved as well. Up next on the Eugene Weekly Jammer line, we're going to have number 5151. That is Houdini going up against number 4, which is Cherry Kiss. The whistle blows. Both jammers are up on their toe stops trying to get through this pack. Cherry Kiss gets knocked outside.
All right,
recycles and comes back in fast, going up against that wall of purple in the front of the pack.
Okay, so I have the results of that official review, and it's kind of surprising. Regina was asking for the cut call to be rescinded, and on further review, the call was rescinded, so the jammer penalty is removed from the jam, and Regina retains their official review.
Meanwhile, back at the track, Cherry Kiss is out front and lead jammer, but not far in front of Houdini, who gets the jam called off.
2 more points on the board for both teams. Each team putting 2 on the board.
Each team stealing 2 points there at the end.
Yeah.
I like it when I say that.
So 34-24, heading into jam number 11.
Little Devil Rosie's going to be the jammer record for LA, and that is Sarah Seidel wearing the star for the Bag of Bones.
Sarah Seidel's 4th appearance on the Jammer line, and Little Devil Rosie's 2nd appearance on the Jammer line, but Little Devil Rosie is 2 for 2.
Sarah Seidel working against that wall of gold in the front of the pack.
Oh, we got a penalty coming in. It's a high block on the Jammer.
That's going to leave Little Devil Rosie out there in a power jam situation. Picking up 4 points already so far. 4:06 out of the penalty box. That is T-Bomb back into the action on the track.
Penalty coming in from the backstretch. It's a track cut. Regina losing a blocker. That's number 911, Killarella.
Kitterella. I like that.
Killarella, like Cinderella, but with killer in it. Dozen points on the board this jam for the Anarchists. That one more scoring pass will tie the highest jam of the game, also by them.
And there it be.
Also by her, actually.
Little Devil Rosie, the owner of the top 2 scoring jams in this game so far.
Yeah, and accounting for what's 64% of the score. Accounting for nearly 2/3 of the Anarchist score.
You did that math quick in your head.
Quick math, and now she passed her own record now, 4 more points. This is a 20-point jam. That is 5 scoring points. Getting rid of that jammer lap point really makes high point jams that much of a premium.
Looks like we're going to have a star pass.
No, it's just a stash to complete
Just a
the initial.
stash.
Yep.
Gotcha. That's still Sarah Seidel out there with the star.
It is indeed. Triple deuces. So no points that 6th scoring run, but 5 scoring runs of 4. Total of 6 scoring runs of 4. 24 points. Holy cow. That nearly doubles their score. They were sitting at 34 before. That equals Pile of Bones' score.
We got a new jammer for Pile of Bones. That is 901 Crashity Jade going up against 100 Monster. Crashity Jade's been doing a lot of work on the defense. Going to put the jammer star on and see if she likes the other side.
Yeah, I got to mix it up a little bit.
Monster does get out front and get lead jammer status, however.
That's 3 leads in a row for the Anarchists. Only the 4th jam, and this jammer's 3 for 3. Monster 3 for 3 on the jammer line. Getting lead in jams 2, 9, and 12.
LA starting to run away with this lead.
Little bit. If you're rooting for Regina, you need to send them some good vibrations.
Mac Daddy needs those vibrations right now. For Regina, wearing the star 14 purple. And that is Brazilian Smacks. Jammer record for the Los Anarchists.
First appearance on the jammer line for Brazilian Smacks. Brazilian Smacks, one of the aging out skaters from Angel City, going to be heading off to San Francisco University after this season is over.
It helps when we get to talk to them beforehand, doesn't it?
It does indeed. I got to credit Johnny Pepper. He's like, well, let's just talk to these people.
Let's just talk to them.
Yeoman at his craft.
Back to the action on the track. Brazilian Smacks and Mac Daddy, both jammers of record.
Yeah, lead's still open.
That's a long time for lead to be open.
Now it goes 4 in a row for the Anarchists. Mac Daddy breaks through on the backstretch to complete the initial pass. And just a microsecond later, Brazilian Smacks breaks through for 4 points. Calls it off, hits it and quits at a 4-point grand slam.
We get a skater knocked down. We're going to use Bacon Stripper and Seth, our crack team of medics, to go over there and check out that skater.
Other Angel City skaters that are aging out are, tremendously. Los Anarchist skaters. Los Anarchist skaters that are aging out are Squash Bob Skate Pants going to UC Berkeley and Mini Maniac, who's heading off to Bakersfield University.
The Pile of Bones are going to lose Roadrunner at the end of the year, who's going to age out. She wanted to say hi to her mom, Rachel, back at home. So, Rachel, thank you for doing such a good job raising such a wonderful skater. We're moments away from the next jam started. We are started on this next jam. Yep. That is 171 for purple. That is Rolling Stowe.
First entry for 171 on my score sheet. I didn't catch who that LA jammer is, but they picked up lead, and I'll mark it in as soon as it comes around.
That is number 4, Monster. Cherry Kiss. Excuse me, Cherry Kiss. The jammer record for LA.
Gotcha. Cherry Kiss is 2 for 3 on the jammer. Boy, I'm having a hard time with
that's
this.
75%.
Yeah, 66 and 2/3.
Almost.
4 points on the board.
That's Johnny Pepper math for you.
That's good enough.
Meanwhile, back to the action on the track. Cherry Kiss trying to get through that wall of purple. That is the front of the pack.
Huge separation for Strum Out and tossed the entire apex from turns 1 to turns 2. 4 more points picked up by Los Anarchists. Track cut coming in. Who's leaving on the track cut? Oh, 2-minute jam. Lead is lost with that track cut. Just only our second 2-minute jam of the game. We had a 2-minute jam in jam number 9.
Rolling Stowe out there in a power jam trying to get through the pack. That is stuck over there at turn 1.5.
And now in retrograde, heading back to that pivot line. And now going all the way back to
the Eugene Weekly Jammer line.
Yes, indeedy. Big hit by the pivot at the back of the pack. She can take her back to turn 4. Instead, 2 minutes ends the jam. Let's get those final point tallies. 8 points were put on the board for the Anarchists, bringing them up to 74. And Pile of Bones sitting on 24, so roughly a 3-to-1 margin, slightly more than a 3-to-1 ratio in terms of points scored.
Houdini's going to be the jammer record for the Pile of Bones. And it's still a power start for Regina.
We got an official timeout. Going to stop the play before this jam gets underway.
This official timeout is brought to you by Derby Warehouse. Visit derbywarehouse.com for all your Derby gear needs with free shipping and free returns. Like I said before, go to warehouse.com.
Los Anarchists wanted me to give a couple of shout-outs. They wanted to send some love to First Lady Alice, queen of the spreadsheets. They also wanted to say hi to their fans, Andy and Rose Dredd.
Hi.
Some of the skaters that have aged down listening to the broadcast are Bitter Glitter, Chocohanas, Conivy Ivy, Geekster, and Minor Threat. So love to you from your teammates on Los Anarchists Junior Roller Derby.
And you're watching on WFTDA.TV, but the WFTDA tournaments provide everyone who loves roller derby an opportunity to witness the most anticipated matchups of the year. Get all the info at WFTDA.com/tournaments because you're on WFTDA.TV.
One more shout out that I wanted to give on behalf of the Los Anarchists. They have 2 people at home, one named Thrasher and one named Maddie Mayhem.
Hi, Thrasher.
And it resonates with me because one of the original Gotham announcers was Margaret Thrasher.
Oh, cool.
And she skated for the Manhattan Mayhem. So right there, all of a sudden all the pieces connect.
I've seen Thrasher skate before. I'm kind of bummed that we're going to miss it today.
I was a little disappointed that Margaret Thrasher, the announcer, didn't win best supporting actress nomination. Oh, we got some penalties. So.
We got a penalty board up here, but everybody looks like they're minding their own business. I mean, everybody almost has one.
Yeah, that's very few skaters that don't have any. Little Devil Rosie and Rainbow Smash and Trick Z, the only skaters on Los Anarchists without a penalty. A lot more clean skaters. We got Rolling Stowe without any penalties. Depressor, Stowe and Go, Sriracha Sauce, Houdini. So, penalties going in favor of the Anarchists, but so is the score.
Houdini is the jammer record for the Pile of Bones.
And starting from the penalty box and now hitting the pack, that's Cherry Kiss for Los Anarchists.
Fresh out of the hit this penalty box and back into the action on the track.
Pivot called off on the forearm for the Anarchists, and that releases the jammer, free to pick up lead. First lead for the Pile of Bones since jam number 9.
Thanks to our crack producer, Bobby Narco over here. That's it. You're producing and calling. That's pretty cool.
Dual duty, double duty.
Double duty.
Nice block at the top of the pack, forcing that Pile of Bones jammer to re-engage. Has to do that backstretch all over again. Nice pivot opens up, the blocker opens up that inside line. Pile of Bones through for 4. Their first point since jam number 10.
That's because that defense anchored by Nutcase Nadia, who likes to go by Laviste.
Her last name, which I'm told is of Philippine heritage.
All I know is she's playing some really, really good defense today.
Whatever her heritage is, she's making her ancestors proud.
Pile of Bones doing a little bridging technique, trying to drag out that pack as far as they can.
Cover off now for the Anarchists. And we have a new jammer. Star has
Mount Crushmore.
Nice.
That's 42. The new jammer record for the Los Anarchists. And just like I always say, when you have a star pass, you're going to have 4 whistles not that far behind.
Only the second time Crushmore wore the star. The first was as the jammer in jam number 1. Purple jammer number 56. That is Mac Daddy. And number 100, another familiar number out there on the Anarchist jammer line, Monster.
They're at the Eugene Weekly jammer line. They did a real good write-up in the paper for this tournament this weekend as well.
Nice.
Monster out front and lead. Mac, no, that is a blocker called for a forearm.
Indeed. Number 8 on the purple team, Kryptonite. One of our triplets, right? Do we have
one of them. We got 3. Well, that's what a triplet is.
Mac Daddy, Deja Vu, and Kryptonite. Triplets. Oh, jammer went into the penalty box. I didn't see the call. I was too busy focusing on the triplets, but Purple does lose their jammer to the penalty box.
That's amazing to have triplets on a team. That's a fun fact we wouldn't have known if we hadn't stopped and talked to them.
There you go. You meet some interesting people here at roller derby tournaments.
Track cut.
Oh.
Track cut called on Monster going to the hit this penalty box. That's going to leave Mac Daddy out there in a power jam situation.
Yeah, so Monster will get to serve a discounted penalty because Mac Daddy, I don't think, was done serving her penalty. And this jam will go the full 2 minutes. It's our third 2-minute jam of the period.
And we were talking about him not having a whole lot of penalties, and then all of a sudden that happened.
It's still not a lot of penalties. It's just
it's
when it's
really,
on your
really
jammer.
not.
And also, it's not necessarily a bad thing to have penalties. A timely penalty can spring your jammer, can work to your advantage. I mean, clearly the scoreboard's favoring the Anarchists as well as the penalty board. Well, penalty board, they have more points and they have more penalties. Way out of play, illegal positions.
But we are going to play 2 halves.
Yes, true enough. Yeah,
and Regina could come back out in the second half and do exactly what the Los Anarchists are doing in this first half.
Absolutely. That is why we skate the matches.
And that's why we like watching on TV. Those 4 whistles are going to bring that jam to a close, reminding me to talk to you good folks about RollerCon. RollerCon is your roller derby family reunion every summer. 11 and a half traps, indoor skate park, hundreds of coaches, games, social events, vendors, seminars, clinics, activities, and so much more. In fabulous Las Vegas. For more information, go to rollercon.com. In this next jam, we are going to feature Little Devil Rosie going up against Stow and Go. Flurry of action. As Little Devil Rosie steps through and is awarded lead.
Only the second appearance on the jammer line for Stow and Go. Stow and Go did get lead the last time she was out there, but not this time.
Little Devil Rosie putting up 4 points on the board for loss on Arcus. That's a mouthful to say.
Through on the initial. That is Stow and Go, stowing the jammer cover and going through the pack.
Stow and Go with the Stow and Go.
Brings us close up to the century mark, 8 points there. Brings the Los Anarchists up to 94.
We're going to have another official review. This official review is brought to you by all the people out there on social media. We thank you so much for being there. If you want to interact with us, use the hashtag BigO19. Big O 2019. All numbers 2019. And all your tournament posts. We're going to read some of those at halftime, and we'll come back and talk to you about that.
So one of the advantages of winning your official review is that you get to do this. You get to try and go for the full muffin.
I think he's telling us what a hamburger looks like.
Okay. One cheeseburger, please.
Absolutely. It is getting a little close to lunchtime, is it not?
I'm still on East Coast time. To me, it's getting short supper time.
I heard that. Quick shout out to our friends at Chicks and Bowls. Chicks and Bowls is online. Visit cibcrew.com. Use the sale code BIGOYEAH for 10% off this weekend on hardware. You can get slide box and wheels active until the end of the Big O weekend, and that's 10% off.
Can't beat that with a bat.
That is a very, very cool deal.
All right. I'm going to hand the mic over to you. Oh, they're about to tell us what's going on with this.
Are they now?
I see that alt referee with his clipboard making his way towards us. Walking off the left side of your TV screen right now. He's going to come tell us what it's about. We'll tell you what it's about.
I want to give a quick shout out to Rydell. All our friends over at Rydell experience the game-changing Solaris, the performance you demand and the comfort you've been missing. Meanwhile, back to the action on the track. That is a little regulator is up front and lead for the Los Anarchists in gold. Houdini is the jammer record for the Bag of Bones in purple. Bobby, what was that official review about?
Regina wanted a track cut call on the Los Anarchists jammer, but on further review, the no cut call stands.
The no call stands.
On further review, no call stands.
We got 1:10 left in this first frame.
First scoring pass for Little Regulator, good for 4 points. Initial pass completed by Houdini. Oh, no, that's a scoring pass. Each jammer putting points on the board.
We're going to get one more jam in.
4-4 that last set, yeah.
So coming up to the Eugene Weekly Jam line, that is going to be Sarah Seidel for the team in purple. And for the team in gold, that's going to be Trixie.
Deuces Wild on the jammer line as 2-2-2 plays 23. 4 deuces and a tray kicker. That's a heck of a poker hand.
That
right
is
there.
a good hand right there.
Here we go.
Whistle sounds and both jammers take off. Trixie trying to get through that wall of purple that is in the front of the back. Sarah Seidel working against that gold wall in the back.
We were nearly even through 8, but since that time, it's really been Los Anarchists' game.
Killer Ella going through there trying to open up a hole for her jammer. Sarah Seidel on a long recycle.
Yeah, just grinding through. Both teams focus on almost exclusively on defense or on bridging. Nobody's playing the wrecking ball. There we go. Now we got a wrecking ball up there. Number 4 tries to punch through that wall at the top of the pack.
Deep pressure and sriracha sauce anchoring that defensive purple in the front.
Multiplayer at the top of the pack sends the Regina pivot. High block being signaled by Duncan. I think he wants it on the jammer.
That was sriracha sauce going to the hit this penalty box.
The Sriracha went on a multiplayer, though. Duncan was pointing one of the things I like about the broadcast. Stuff I can't say on the house call. Yeah, Duncan was calling a high block, having a word with the jam ref.
Well, that's going to bring us to halftime. Go get yourself a refill on your refreshment.
Those last 4 points do put Los Anarchists up over the century mark. They're sitting at 102. Pile of Bones sitting on 42, so a 60-point lead heading into halftime.
On behalf of Bobby Narco and Johnny Pepper, we'll see y'all in about 9.5 minutes.
Lean in, Johnny. Lean in.
Out. After halftime of this game between the Los Anarchists and the Regina Pile of Bones, it's 102-42 here at the beautiful Lane Event Center in Eugene, Oregon. I am Johnny Pepper.
I'm Bobby Narco. Got some statistical analysis for you. Very, very minimal. In terms of lead jams, look, Anarchist has had lead jam 13 times. Pile of Bones has had lead time 6 times. So a more than 2-to-1 ratio there. In terms of jammer trips to the penalty box, Anarchist jammers have only gone twice. Those were both on track cuts, while Pile of Bone jammers have gone a total of 4 times, but 1 time was removed, so 3 times. Leading all scorers, number 1024 for Los Anarchists, that is Little Devil Rosie. Little Devil Rosie only jammed 3 times, but got lead jam every time. 3 for 3 on the jammer line, perfectly clean on the penalties, and accounting for 48 points out of the Anarchists' 102. So nearly half of the Anarchist points have been put on the board by Little Devil Rosie over the course of just 3 jams.
And she's penalty free.
Penalty free.
Which is a good thing. No trips to the hit this penalty box for Little Devil Rosie.
So to start off the second half, number 442 Sriracha Sauce in the penalty box, in the hit this penalty box for the Regina Pile of Bones Misdemeanors. The team name is the Misdemeanors. Los Anarchists have a full pack. Jammers are number 710 Brazilian Smacks going up against number 51 Houdini.
Both jammers up on the toe stops trying to get through the pack. And it looks like
that's lead.
That is
Los Anarchists.
That's Brazilian Smacks. And I heard a bunch of whistles, so that means that jam came to a close.
There you go. I see some points in the air as well.
That was a quick 30-second jam. Also
a good indicator. It looks like, I can't make sure if that's a 2 or a 3. Scoreboard showing 2. I'm going to go with the scoreboard. Extends the lead now 104-42.
Brazilian Smacks is going to stay out there as the jammer record in the Eugene Weekly Jammer line. That is Mac Daddy wearing the star for Team Purple.
2 jams in a row. Why not? 710 only jammed once in the first half, was 1 for 1 in jam number 13. Pack now strung up from apex to apex. Illegal position called at the top of the pack, so Regina, losing their pivot and lead, has gone to number 710, Brazilian Smacks. 2 leads in a row. Initial pass completed by Mac Daddy, and a scoring pass completed. All 4 points picked up by Brazilian Smacks.
Team LA picking up those 4 points. Up next on the Eugene Weekly Jam line, that is going to be Houdini wearing the star for the Misdemeanors.
And number 42, that's Mount Crushmore on the line for Los Anarchists. Nice move around the inside, picking up lead.
After almost a scrum start.
Found a hole around the outside, left that inside line unguarded.
Mount Crushmore with a burst of speed.
Wow. Mount Crushmore likes that inside line. 4 points, hits it, quits it, gets all the points you can in a single pass and calls off the jam. Pair of aces, pair of 4s with a deuce kicker, 112-44. Oh, 2 points put on the board.
2 more. That makes it a 44.
Pair of aces, pair of 4s with a deuce kicker. Anarchists doing this 2 jams in a row for your jammers. Mac Daddy and Houdini have been
Almost a repeat of last jam. Mount Crushmore going on the inside.
Mac Daddy and Houdini have been splitting the jams for the last 4 for Regina. My apologies if I've been saying that incorrectly in the first period. All 4 points picked up by Crushmore.
Canadians are so nice. They're not going to say anything to you.
They're going to apologize to me, right?
Yes. And that is true. As I was talking to those parents over there, they were super, super friendly.
3 more points on the board for Los Anarchists, bringing them up to 119. A total of 7. A 4 and a 3. No more points on the board for Regina. Keeps them at 44.
Five seconds called on the floor. Sarah Seidel. Going to be wearing the star 14 purple.
That's Little Devil Rosie picking up lead gem yet again.
Little Devil Rosie, the most point scorer in the first half and penalty free. That's almost Mary Poppins like. Little Devil Rosie picking up 4 points on that pass. Coming around for another pass.
Track cut called. That's on the jammer. So a power jam for the Anarchists.
Sarah Seidel to the hit this penalty box for that track cut. Little Devil Rosie picking up 3 points on that pass. 7 points so far in this jam.
That's 9 lead jams in a row for Los Anarchists, going all the way back to the last period, and 14 out of the last 15. 4-hour penalty sends a misdemeanor to the penalty box, to the hit this penalty box. Penalty box official says, hit this piece of pine right here in the hit this penalty box. Let's get those point tallies. 10 points on the board. That's a nice 3-scoring pass run. Brings
nice round number
Los Angeles
that we
up
don't
to
see anymore hardly.
129. And Pile of Bones still sitting on 44.
Electric Shock is going to be the jammer record for the Los Anarchists.
Yes,
I believe that's the first time this game.
Let me see, 9:15. Yeah, you are right, sir. Johnny Pepper doesn't need a scorecard. He's got a mind like a steel sieve. Starting from the penalty box and now leaving, that's Sarah Seidel. Hits that blocker in the back of the pack. Promptly gets forced out at the top of the pack. Lead picked up by Electric Shock. She's 1 for 1.
Sarah Seidel with that star stashed in her hand. Trying to get through that wall of gold in the back of the pack. Anchored by number 52. That is Squash Bob Skate Pants. Skate Pants doing a really good job anchoring that defense all day long, even though this is the first time that I'm talking.
4-on penalty coming in. That's it's the jammer. Second jammer penalty.
That's going to leave Electra Shot out there in a power jam situation for LA.
Joined in the penalty box by Depressor. So Los Anarchists really enjoying the lead. And seeing the jammer in the penalty box, calls off the jam to get the power start for the next set of whistles. Pair of fours, pair of trays with an ace kicker makes 133 to 44.
Hope all of y'all are back from our halftime shenanigans. Thank you for watching on WFTDA.tv. Of course, if you want to interact with us, send us your stuff with the hashtag BigO2019.
So 3 jams in a row for Sarah Seidel, starting the last 2 in the penalty box. And that's number 1024, Little Devil Rosie, back out on the penalty, back out on the jammer line. Already picking up lead, though, getting reabsorbed back into the pack. So this is the initial pass, although the lead has been awarded, and now clear. Star pass for the purple team. Who's got that star?
901.
901, Crashity Jade. Crashity Jade did don the star in jam number 12 of the first period.
But that's going to bring out those 4 whistles, and that jam's going to end.
Every time.
22 minutes left in this game.
So, looking at my scorecard, the Anarchists have put points on the board every jam going back to jam number 8. They were held, the only last time they were held scoreless was jam number 8. First period had 19 jams in it. Second period, we've already had 7 jams. They've put points on the board every single one of those jams.
Wow. Monsters is jammer record for the team in gold. Houdini is the jammer record for the team in purple. And Monster gets out front and is awarded lead for the loss and Arcus. Meanwhile, Houdini breaks out of the pack on the initial. Monster picking up 4 points. Houdini in front of Monster, and Monster goes ahead and calls it off before any points could be awarded.
Ooh, full house, 141 to 44.
Rolling Stone going to be the jammer record for the Misdemeanors. That is Cherry Kiss. Donning that star for LA.
Only Rolling Stone's second appearance on the jammer line came out in jam 14, one of our 2-minute jams.
Cherry Kiss has jammed a few times, 4 or 5 at least.
Yeah. A familiar presence on the jammer line. Although both of these teams have very, very deep jammer rotations. To play at the back, they're going to be coaxed to join their comrades up at the top apex. Now strung out from turn 1 to turn 2. Both teams either focusing on the jammer or bridging.
Bag of Bones doing an awesome job in bridging, keeping that pack spread out all the way.
Pile of bones. And the jam gets picked up by LA. Bag of bones. Los Anarchists lose the skater to the penalty box, to the hit this penalty box.
Cherry Kiss working hard against that wall of purple in the front of the pack.
Nice job by Los Anarchists drawing the track cut. Whoever that blocker is, I got my back to him, but their uniform ends at a 5, and they did a great job drawing that track cut. Now, penalty box is hemorrhaging blockers. There's going to be a skater in the queue to start the next set of whistles. That's going to be number 700 on the purple team.
We're going to have an official review.
Young offender.
Coach Vinsanity's going out there and saying, look, I want a hamburger this big. This official review is brought to you by Rydell Skates. Experience the game-changing Solaris, the performance you demand and the comfort you've been missing. For more information, go to Rydell.com. We'd like to thank all our good folks over there at Rydell.
Talk a little bit about the official reviews. For the first time, they're trying out having the referees look at
brand new system.
Yeah, of looking at video replay to assist in the official reviews. Held in the tablet out there. That's our video replay official. Doesn't matter assisting the head ref in determining, if at all possible, whether or not video replay can help the officials on official reviews.
I'm always in favor of anything that helps make it right.
Yeah, absolutely. Where we here take great pride in what we do because we know that skaters take great pride in what they do.
Absolutely.
But if you do see an official out there holding a tablet, well, some of them are tracking penalties on tablets as well. But the one who's holding the tablet right now that the referees are all huddled around, that is a video replay. They're all getting their heads in there seeing if the camera can help them out.
Also, it's really good to help out your memory. If you can watch a video of what you just saw.
Yeah, and you can see where your eyes were. You're like, yeah, I didn't see that because I was looking at this over here. Okay.
Yeah, nothing on the back. It didn't seem like a whole bunch to start with.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of reads, so it gives us some liberty to harangue you. Junior Roller Derby Association trivia. Let's see, what else can we remember from talking with those parents of the Pile of Bones Misdemeanors?
Misdemeanors.
I remember that they were founded in 2008, but they were not JRDA recognized until 2017. So they're in their third year of JRDA certification, but they are a league that's been around for a while.
They travel really, really well.
Yeah, lots of parents out here. If you get a chance, you'll see them on the home stretch, all those purple hoodies.
Also, one of the parents went through something extraordinary to get here today.
Tell me about it.
I think it was, who was it? They showed up at the airport with an expired passport.
I didn't hear this part.
You didn't hear that one?
No.
Yeah, they showed up with an expired passport, and they had to get a temporary one to make it down here today, and they did. So that's really cool when that happens. We got Mac Daddy, the jammer record for the team in purple. Mount Crushmore is the lead for the team in gold, Los Anarchists. Mount Crushmore coming around on a scoring pass. Does and picks up 4 more points. Bobby, what was that official review about?
The Misdemeanors were looking for a cut track call on the Los Anarchist jammer, but on further review, the no cut call stands.
And they had video proof
They did.
that the no call stands.
Call confirmed. We weren't given quietly that precise like they do in baseball, where it's confirmed or upheld. We didn't quite get that. We just know that the official review is denied. And 4 more points on the board. That's a dozen for the Anarchists. Brings them up. They went from a dozen, 144, to 13 dozen.
Wow.
Points by the dozens.
That's not going to bode well for the Misdemeanors if LA keeps doing that.
However, here's some good news. 2 points on the board. Gets the Pile of Bones out of the scoreless drought that they had been in. It's not a great help, but at least it's something to get you out of that hole. Out of the line, gold number 23. That's Trick Z. And who's that? Houdini? Yeah.
Houdini. Trixie is out front and lead. Houdini not that far behind. Houdini making quick work, getting out of that pack as soon as Trixie did as well.
This is Trick Z's second appearance on the jammer line. Jammed the last jam of the first period. And now...
no points awarded on that last jam, but it wasn't a pointless jam because we did skate it.
There you go. Scoreless, but not pointless. Our first scoreless of the game, though. This is the first time that neither team has put points on the board.
That's why I made it a point.
I see what you did there, Johnny Pepper.
And I'm picking it up today.
Johnny Pepper.
This is the first game this morning, though. We'll get better as we go along in the day.
110-point lead for Los Anarchists. Out on the jammer line, number 1024.
Little Devil Rosie.
Little Devil Rosie.
Going up against Mac Daddy from the team in purple.
Forearm penalty called on Mac Daddy, so power jam for Little Devil Rosie and lead jam.
Mac Daddy called for that forearm going to the hit this penalty box. Kind of skated through on the inside.
Joined by Depressor. Didn't see the call on Depressor, but the pack advantage now distinctly in the team in gold's favor. Very regal out there. One team in purple, one team in gold.
Absolutely. That are regal colors. Little Devil Rosie picking up another 4 points. Showing a little style points, too. Skating backwards, doing the crossover.
Oh, penalty coming in. Track cut. Who's it on? Oh, no.
That is the jammer.
Second trip to the penalty box this jam.
Mac Daddy to the hit this penalty box. As Little Devil Rosie slowly skates away and picking up 4 more points.
That's a dozen. Little Devil Rosie has a 20 and a 16 from the first half. And then a couple of 4s, a 10 already in this half. This will be a 14.
A 14-point jam. I was going to talk about all them dozens adding up and adding up and adding up, but 14 adds up a little better.
All right, 170 playing 46. 15 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game in regulation.
Mini Maniac's going to be the jammer record for the Los Anarchists. That is goal 44.
And starting from the penalty box, number 56, Mac Daddy.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's the first time she's jammed in this game.
44, let me check my thing. No, 44 jammed in jams 4 and 5 of the first period. But the first time number 44 has donned the star this half. And other than jams 4 and 5, the first appearance, the third appearance on the Jammer line.
Mini Maniac getting lead.
It's time for a Mini Maniac.
Meanwhile, Mac Daddy out of the hit this penalty box and back on the track as that jam comes to a close. 14-16 left in this game. 174-46. Los and Arcus commandingly in the lead. Mini Maniac had so much fun in that jam. He's going to stay out there for another one. Going up against Houdini. Wearing the star for the team in purple.
Closing in on a 4-1 margin. 10 points here will make it a true 4-1 ratio.
Mini Maniac is awarded lead.
High block coming in. Who's leaving on the high block? And a low block called on the jammer. The jammer's in a low block. The high block is the blocker. So power jam for Los Anarchists.
As the Misdemeanors lose 2 to the hit this penalty box.
So early on it was Los Anarchists having most of the penalties, but being able to weather the storm. But since then, Regina's definitely got their share of penalties and doing it at a time where it makes it easier for the other team to score as well. There's a dozen points already.
Hence the disparity in the score.
And there's our, well, we just passed it. We went over that true 4-1 ratio. That would have happened at 184-46.
Mini Maniac putting up another 4 points, 16 points so far in this jam. Going up against Little Rosie's. How many? Little Devil Rosie's got the...
Yeah, so the highest jam of the game is 20.
One.
No, 24. That was Little Devil Rosie in jam number 11 of the first period.
Gotcha.
2 dozen. Which at the time equaled the score from Regina. Back block called on number 40 on the purple team. That is
Depressor.
Depressor on a back block. Track cut coming in. Another track cut coming in. Purple jammer called off on a track cut. Houdini. Gonna need some magic to get out of this fix. Nice line through that pack. First inside, going outside, never getting a hip laid on her.
Mini Maniac.
That ties the highest jam of the game, and she is not done, but 2 minutes. Times are up, but 2 more points. 26-point jam, the highest jam of the game, and it brings those Anarchists to the 2-century mark.
And it's going to bring a power start situation for LA.
So those 26 points account for 13% of the Anarchist score.
As the jammer record for the Misdemeanors is in the hit this penalty box to start this jam. That's Electroshock.
Electroshock. She's been out there before. She picked up lead in jam number 6 of this period.
Electroshock going against that wall of purple anchored by number 8, which is Kryptonite. Part of that triplets. One part of that triplets.
1/3, you could even say.
1/3 of that triplets. I know a couple pairs of twins, and that's hard work. I can't imagine what triplets is like.
Yeah.
You need to hire help to do that.
I've known some twins, but never any triplets. Got a track cut coming in. Who's leaving on the track? Top of the pack.
Number 8.
Kryptonite. Another triplet. Jammer released, so Pile of Bones going to be in a position to try and put some points on the board. Still no lead. Destruction is the call on whoever's leaving. Nice hit by number 406, T-Bomb, dropping.
T-Bomb, nice hit. Working with the pressure, anchoring that defense of the team in purple. Los Anarchists over the 200 mark, as Bobby alluded to earlier.
And now less than 20 seconds left to play in the jam, and we don't have lead yet. This could be our first leadless jam. Anarchists just swarming those gold and black. Must feel like a hive of bees.
Little regulator, the last line of defense, is going to keep this jam leaderless.
First jam without a lead.
That makes for a long 2 minutes, doesn't it?
It does. And we have a timeout by Regina.
This timeout's brought to you by RollerCon. With 11 and a half tracks, indoor skate park, hundreds of coaches, hundreds of games, social events, vendors, seminars, clinics, activities, and so much more. Think of it as a family reunion every summer in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. For more information, go to rollercon.com.
Yeah, if you ever have the chance, get yourself out to RollerCon. It is a derby experience of a lifetime.
Of a lifetime. Especially the pool parties.
So many activities there.
That's all we're going to talk
And a lot
about.
of
We're not
roller
going to
derby.
say anything else about the pool parties, but you
fantastic
really,
vendors.
really want to be there.
Yeah. This is my first experience at the Big O, and I got to say, this is kind of a microcosm of RollerCon. There's 3 tracks of derby, so there's lots of derby here. There's lots of vendors here, all your favorite vendors. Now we're taking a look at the Los Anarchists parents and fans out in the stand. They're on the straightaway up by the pivot line. Now we're back out to the track.
Up next on the Eugene Weekly Jammer line, that is purple 4040, which is Stow and Go. Going up against 100, that is Monster. Stow and Go getting knocked out, forced to recycle, comes in hard with a shoulder.
Stow and Go had one previous appearance on the Jammer line in the first period, jam number 8. Only the second time wearing the star. Forearm penalty coming in. Who's leaving? That is a Anarchist blocker leaving on a forearm.
62.
And lead has gone to the Anarchists. Yeah, I can't see the uniform number of that skater in the
I
penalty
can't see
box
them.
either. I'm not sure who left on the forearm, but we know that the jersey's gold.
Meanwhile, Stow and Go up against that wall of gold in the back of the pack. That's not giving up anything. Pack's getting totally spread out over the apex. Monster's going to break through and pick up 4 points for LA.
Now another Anarchist heading to the penalty box. This is number 362. That's Twiggy Marley. Pack is back, but they're still blocking up front. And a low block comes in. Regina losing a blocker on a low block. Oh, and they're losing the jammer as well. Show me the call again one more time, jam ref.
Monster's going to pick up 4 points in that melee. Meanwhile, Monster comes around on another scoring pass. Crashly J in the last line of defense has to let her go. Monster picking up 4 more.
Didn't realize that would affect what you were viewing at home. I was just trying to check that penalty. Going to be a power start with Stow
I
and
bet
Go
you somebody
in the
was
penalty box.
happy about that penalty box coming
Well,
up
let's
there.
do it again then. Why don't I'll put it up. I'll leave it up for a little bit longer. We take a look and see who's in that hit it penalty box. There you go. Or that's at least the penalty situation.
Hit this penalty box. Best
All
little
right.
skate shop in the whole wide world hit this.
Power start for the Anarchists. Brazilian Smack's going to don the star and take advantage. It's number 710.
Brazilian smacks his out front and lead. Stow and go now to the hit this penalty box and back into the fray.
The Misdemeanors have not had a lead jammer this half. Last lead jam came in jam number 15 of the first half. Start pass now. 9:01, the new jammer of record. That is Crashity Jade. Second time Crashity Jade has been past the star. Also past the star in jam number 7 of this period.
Of course, that brings out the 4 whistles to bring that jam to a close. 5:42 left in this game.
7 points on the board for the Anarchists, brings them up to 223. No points on the board for the Pile of Bones, leaves them at 46. And now let's see if I can be clever enough to show the penalties for the other team. Penalty team, nope. Penalty team 1.
Little Devil Rosie's going to be the jammer of record for LA when this next jam starts, going up against Houdini for the team in purple.
It has started. I wanted to leave that penalty up for a little bit long just to give the folks at home a chance to look at it. Some penalty trouble for the Los Angeles team.
My mistake. That is not Houdini. That is Mac Daddy, the jammer record for the Pile of Bones.
Mac Daddy and Houdini both doing lion's share of the jamming for the Misdemeanors. Whistle coming in. What whistle was that? And a bit of insubordination tacked on to whatever the original call was. So number 56 serving 2 penalties.
Mac Daddy going to hit this penalty box to sit for a minute, leaving Little Devil Rosie out there in a power jam with 1:10 left in this jam.
Another Misdemeanor heading to the hit it penalty box. Hit this penalty box. Four more points on the board. That's a dozen for Little Devil Rosie.
4 minutes left in this game as it stands right now. You folks at home are getting a really, really good look at that Anik booth and the Rydell booth and the Anabolics booth.
Yeah, great production crew here. Really, really pleased with the production work.
They are the best in their field. And they're kind of funny, too. Always making us laugh and joking with us.
Regina losing their pivot to the penalty box now. So one skater comes in, one skater comes out. Regina always working with a micro pack. Seems like Anarchists are almost always at full strength.
20 points awarded to Little Devil Rosie on that last jam.
That's 12th of the score. That's like 9%. 8%
Wow.
of their score. 243 to 46.
Rolling Stowe going to be the jammer record for the team in purple. That is Regina. The Misdemeanors from Saskatchewan, Canada, going up against 2-3. That is Trixie for the Los Anarchists out of L.A. in California. Los Angeles, California, the city of angels.
Trixie working on her 4th jam. And without even looking, I'm going to say she got lead every time. Illegal position being called on the Anarchists, so they're going to lose a blocker.
That is 42. Mount Crushmore going to the hit this penalty box.
Actually, Trixie is not perfect on the jammer line. Trixie is 3 for 4. First appearance on the jammer line back in jam number 8. Pile of Bones actually picked up lead jam, but
3
then
for
lost
4
it.
is 75%.
Heck of a good record. No complaining. If you were playing Major League Baseball and hitting the ball 3 out of 4 times, you'd be getting Mike Trout money. Meanwhile, in
That's
roller
big
derby,
money.
initial pass completed. Jam called off.
Oh my.
3 more points on the board. That is only 3. A single scoring pass. First time that the Anarchists have been held to a single scoring pass in the last 4 jams.
I haven't read this yet. Send us pictures of your pets enjoying the Big O from home. Use the hashtag Big O Cats and hashtag Big O Dogs. We love to see our furry fans, and we might even mention you on the air during the day. Meanwhile, back to the action on the track. That is Monster, the Jammer record for LA. Houdini, the Jammer record for Regina. Bag of pile of bones. The Misdemeanors from Canada.
Do we have a lead yet? I'm sorry, I get distracted out of the equipment
We
malfunction.
do have a lead. It is Monster for LA.
Fortunately, our ace producer, Christopher Walken, was here to hook me up with a pen, and equipment malfunction solved.
I'm out of lead in my pencil. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I didn't see a thing. 4 points picked up by the Anarchists. They lose their pivot to the penalty box, but I bet they'll swap their pivot for 4 points any day. Also joining the pivot, Ginger Snapper now heading to that hit this penalty box.
Well, I got to say that those mechanical pencils were given to me in an NSO class that I took last week.
Got your money's worth. Both teams put points on the board. Look at this. Anarchists have 4 points on the board. Their first points going back to jam number 10 of this period. And those were only only 4 points for the Anarchists this period.
Monster's going to call us off, and I think that's going to bring us to the end of the game. Unofficial final, 264-50. We're waiting on that one rolling whistle.
So that jam doubles the output this half for Regina. Puts them at 250. 18 more points. That is not shabby at all. Reverses 246 to 264. And that is your unofficial final. And they might adjust a point or two here, but it's not going to change the outcome in terms of the victors of the game. So hats off to helmets off, I guess, helmet covers off for the Los Anarchists, taking the victory 264-50.
Props to the pile of bones for sticking in there all game and never quitting.
And teams are taking their victory laps. So I think we are going to sign out on the. There you go, Christopher Walken, nudging you into frame. On behalf of the illustrious Johnny Pepper, I am Bobby Narco, and we wish you peace, love, and a roller derby.